Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I'm currently sitting in the spare bedroom of my house, which is currently a makeshift home office. A friend of mine knows a guy whose son is profoundly autistic. Now, this guy went along to a conference all about autism, and the main speaker was a young lady that had autism, and for the first 10 years of her life hadn't said a single word. Her autism was so profound. There was a Q&A after the main speech, and this guy knew that he had one opportunity to ask a question that was really important to him. Now, that question was, do you love your parents? And he got the opportunity to ask it. Now, the main speaker, this young girl, she thought about it for a moment. And she said, they can be useful. It sounds like a very painful thing to hear as a parent, doesn't it? If you were to hear your child say, yeah, my parents, they can be useful. However, it's a response that we might expect from an autistic person, someone that struggles to engage with emotions and someone that sees the world in a very black and white way. Now, our parents clearly do have uses, don't they? Particularly as we're much younger children, we can't do anything really without our parents. But do we love them? And as Christians, here's the question. Do we love God, or do we just think he's useful? God clearly does have his uses, doesn't he? He gives us all the gifts that we have. He blesses us. He restores us. He guides us. He sent his son Jesus so that we could have a relationship with him again. These are all very, very useful things. But do we love him? Do we love spending time in his presence? Do we get excited by the thought of him? Now, Jesus says that loving God is the most important thing that we can do. Matthew 22, verse 37, this is Jesus responding to the Sadducees that are trying to trick him out, really. And Jesus says this, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbour as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. Jesus puts such a great emphasis here on loving God. Jesus says that if we love God, that fulfills the first bit of the Ten Commandments. And if we love each other, which is the natural expression of if we love God anyway, so if we love God fully, then we'll find it a lot easier to love our neighbours. If we love our neighbours, then that fulfills the rest of the commandments. If we love God and we love our neighbours, we fulfill all of the commandments. It's an amazing thing, isn't it? Love can do all of that. If we just love more, if we love God more, and if we love our neighbours more, we can achieve all of the commandments. So it's clearly so important that we love God and that we love each other. Jesus showed us his love for us when he sacrificed himself on the cross for us. He forwent what he wanted. He says that, doesn't he? He says, Lord, take this cup of suffering from me. But then he goes on to say, but not my will, Lord, but yours. What's he saying there? He's saying, I don't want this, God, but what I do want is what you want, because I love you. So Jesus sacrificed himself on the cross for us. He suffered for us because he loves us. And what does that mean for us? Well, it means that in our own smaller ways, we should make sacrifice for our friends, our neighbours, because we love them. So it's a very small sacrifice that I need to be in my spare bedroom working from home. In the grand scheme of things, it's a very small sacrifice that we need to socially exclude ourselves from the most vulnerable people in society. I'm not saying it's not really difficult, and I'm not saying that the suffering isn't hard. But actually the reward is that we love our neighbours. We show our love for each other by sacrificing the things that we want to do to give them the best possible chance of getting through this coronavirus. That's our sacrifice. That's our way of displaying how much we love God and how much we love each other. Brothers and sisters, Jesus showed his love for us so clearly on the cross, didn't he? And I pray that we can show our love for God and our love for each other every day. God bless you. I can't wait to see everyone again. It's the sacrifice that we need to make, isn't it? God bless you.